Tricky mate. Hello? What the hell is that? Oh my god. Now I just made it. Oh my goodness. This is really unbelievable.
Good evening, everyone. This is Grandmaster Max Dlugy with Take It to the Max show. This is going to be fun. I'm going to be playing the 5-minute pool as I do every week. And hoping to battle some wits with the tough GMs and IMs and title players out there. So we'll see what happens. Boy, I'm actually lagging a bit here today. So we'll see. I don't know. It actually looks reasonably good, but let's see. Strange. Looks like I'm actually lagging. Somehow my internet is not stable enough to maintain the flow. So let's see what I can do about that. Not allowing me to actually pair because it's saying my lag is too high. Very strange. It's actually looking quite fine on my side, but okay, let's see if this improves shortly, and hopefully it does, and then we can start. So congratulations go to Miss Tan for winning the World Women's Championship, winning in the tiebreak against Anna Muzichuk. But for now, let me get out of this and try to improve my lag time. All right, and back I go. Okay, now my lag time is fine. Somehow, maybe there was a previous glitch from before, I don't know. But hopefully I will be connected now. It's now not giving me the error message I was getting. So hopefully we'll be playing some cool games coming up any moment now. What's happening in the world of chess? We have a new world champion from China. And of course, the Muzichuk sisters were very close to being the first chess players to have held the world championship title in one family, but it wasn't to be yet. Maybe in another cycle. We'll see what happens. And of course, we have some events going on right now. And some of them are quite cool, like the Iranian Championship is going on right now, where some strong players are playing. Iran has become a very strong country, and I hear that there's now talk of having the next Olympiad in Iran, which would be quite amazing. Considering the controversy we had over the Women's Championship, I think it would be quite amazing. Anyway, we'll take a look at how the events go from there. Meanwhile, still waiting for my opponents. Actually, it's not the lag, but just people not really joining the fun in the 5-minute pool. I'm still waiting to be paired. If this goes on, I'll have to play 3-minute chess or something. Looking for my opponents. Where are you? Where are you? My God. Very rare that this. Okay, there we go. Geheim Polizei from United States actually is on. Okay, let me take that pawn and see what happens with that. E4. Now, what is the problem with E4? There's some problem maybe. What if I play bishop G4 and E6? Let's take this pawn, this knight, and fight for the D4 square. This is interesting, and I don't think I've ever played this position before in my life. Kind of weird. Okay. And black wants to play D4. White wants to play D4, obviously, right? Well, I'm not allowing that for now. Pre-moved, I guess. I don't know if he did, but let's see if we can trade queens. Very complicated stuff happened. I'm not sure I'm liking my position as much as maybe I should, but I am a pawn up here. And my pieces seem to be coming out. 97 is a very natural next move. My opponent, I think, expected queen takes, and he pre-moved with d4. And maybe that is going to be an issue going forward. Because here I'm a pawn up, but I'm playing 97 next. And I'm not sure if White can say that he has even equality here. Okay, this is important, obviously. Can I take on f4? I think I have to take on f4, in fact. So I'm going to take. Of course, on rook f1, I have queen d4 check in mind. Otherwise, I'm in big trouble. And probably then I wouldn't have played bishop takes f4. Two pawns are better than one. So, okay. Now knight f6 actually stops queen d7, which is really interesting. I was planning on playing queen d6, but then now I see knight f6 is actually much stronger, just stopping queen d7 check. And that is going to be white's. And how about knight g4? Is that not a bit dangerous for white? I believe it's very dangerous. In fact, white believes so too and resigned. Okay, now this was obviously not a good opening for me. I mean, I have to say this was a bit too much. With all due respect, I think this was a bit too much. Let's see, takes. Yeah, this is just very dangerous. Okay, bishop. Yeah, why didn't I play 97? This was really weird. 97 seems like okay. White can still sacrifice, and maybe taking is very dangerous because here already, like, I don't know, queen d3 is brutal, right? Rook d8 isn't playable. This is checkmate. But maybe I can play a6 and take here, and on d5 kind of like cement my position, but I don't like it. Yeah, this is horrible. So this is I think where I landed straight out of this is why I played queen d7, knight c3, a6, and now I said take with a pawn and don't allow d4, because after queen c6, and that was actually the right one. And d4 was a very good move too. But now that allowed me a tempo that was very important. And now white has to play very exactly here. And I think this was a mistake already. Here, finally, my pieces are coming out. And very important, my knight is going to be defending nicely. And this one I could take. This was a bluff I could accept. Yeah, now, well, queen d3 is just losing. And this is just ridiculous. This is game over. As I'm actually meeting white. If the h3 just check, knight e3 check, or queen h1 check, game over. So I work out for Geheimpolizei, which I guess means chief police officer. And now we're going to go and play the Argentinian I am Immortal. All right. There we go. The London at work. Ooh. Exciting stuff. No, I'm just going to keep it close to the vest, as they say. Not going to get too excited about playing d5. Okay, knight c3, knight b5. It's got to be very, very dangerous for black if black takes on b2. I don't believe he can actually survive, but maybe even knight d5, not knight b5, but knight d5 if queen takes pawn. So that on bishop a6, I can actually capture on a6 and finish him off. Okay, this is gonna work. So knight d5, queen a5, b4. I don't even b4, just I don't even need that b4. I can just play c3 actually. This is just ridiculous for black, I think. What's he gonna play? King f7? Maybe, but okay, let's just for fun analyze b4. Okay, well, he didn't do that. Okay, so he wants to go and attack me if I go knight c7 check and take his rook with queen c3. And this looks a little bit discombobulated. So I first play rook b1, of course. And then I go and take his rook. And where's his chances? Where do his chances lie? I don't know. Boom. Here goes the rookie. Take the rookie. That's a big rookie there for free. Queen a5 check is not that this complicated. Okay, now should I just go knight c7 or just develop with pawn takes pawn? I mean. Let's take. Knight d4 is possible, but then oh, he's really going for it. Aha, he wants to go bishop b4 check. Let's check him out. All right. Take. Aha. No more bishop b4 check, huh? No, I better develop and maybe do something for my king. Maybe do something for my king, like bishop e2. Right? That will do something for my king, like give me an f1 square for my king. In case of danger. A bit complicated, but not really. 2 pawns for a rook is what it comes down to right now. I got many different ways of skinning this cat. Rook a1 takes a7 is one of them. That's a big one, by the way. And I can't do it now. This is actually a cool move that black played. Rook a1 is stopped. I do want a castle one day. So let me just go for castling. How about that? We'll just concentrate on castling. And once I do, I think things will look up. After b6, then rook a1 will work, right? So just castle away. There we go. And when black is thinking he's home free, goodbye. Rook a1 takes a7. That is the key ideas in blitz. You want to really come at them with a little bit of a surprise when they don't expect you. Knight f4 is a nice in between move, right? And queen c6. Ah, that's what he wants. He wants to play queen c6. Wow. All right. I have another unexpected guest here. Bishop f3. That's going to be a little bit unexpected, right? Because that is actually going to help my knight survive. Yep. Yeah. And now, well, for example, bishop e3 gets to the b6 pawn. I have to give black credit. I mean, he's playing down a piece, a rook that is, and he's still finding ways to keep the position afloat, but it's not to be. Okay, knight takes b6. And now it's just a rook for a pawn. Not very exciting, I have to say. No longer very exciting. Yeah. Well, should I try maybe check? I don't know, maybe knight g5, hit the bishop. Yeah, not very exciting, I agree. So I think there was some excitement earlier in the game. But here, I think it's already just winning. There was some issue with queen a5 if I was going to play b4 or just c3. I mean, this. I was trying to calculate this and see if this is just winning. For example, knight c7, king d8, and even knight takes rook is not that clear because I'm actually threatening to win a queen with bishop c7 after knight d3, king e2. Okay, I mean this is a bit ridiculous to play for this, but even this position looks quite promising for white. For example, takes bishop b7, and I can just win all these pawns, right? And now I have an a pawn plus an exchange, right? So even that was pretty bad. I think c5 is a bit anti-positional. And c3 is just a good way to deal with it. This early as this I'm saying. Because really the combination of these two pawns create weaknesses between those two guys, right? The e7 and d7 duo are now quite weak, and that's just not going to go away. I mean, black takes. Look at these pawns. And these light squares. I mean, how is that going to be fixed? It's really not going to be fixed, is my take. So I'm quite convinced c3 is a good move. Now that I think about it, I think when I was young, I would always play d5 here. But I think c3, or rather e3, is just a very good move. And especially since queen b6 just really lacks the tactical punch. And queen takes b2, just knight d5, and as you could see, there's no way to defend the c7 square, so black is just going to lose material. And that's pretty much what happened. Knight d5, rook b1, a very important intermezzo, and took his rook. And really at this point, I mean, there were many ways to win. I thought black could take on d4, but just, I don't know, bishop d3 or check first and then bishop d3, and really Not clear how black is going after this knight, because I can always have rook a1, rook takes a7, right? So pretty losing position for black all the way. And the fact that he kept at it is actually credit to Immortal than to his position, I would say. Kept finding some cool moves to fight the fight. And yeah, knight h3, I like my move knight h3. I think that was really clarifying who is doing what. Okay, Guy Fawkes from the United States. Not a title player yet, I guess, but okay. But here he goes with a strange, as it seems, knight maneuver. Fine. Yeah, I'm gonna play. It's interesting what to play here. So black is trying to play knight b5. Maybe I should stop this knight b5 idea. Play e6. Force the knight to c4, where I can stop it with queen d8 for now. Maybe, or maybe just knight d7. Maybe now knight d7 is actually quite reasonable. Okay, now b5, knight e3. So take first. Wow, okay. Now definitely simply e6 to go bishop b4. I'm not sure the knight is so well placed there. He stops it. But I have plenty of moves for my knight. Okay, knight e4 I can play actually. Knight e4 is not a timid move, but I think it's worth it. Worth it to get that bishop. Okay, my queen can go to h5. That's what I noticed. And that's a good square for the queen, I think. All right, now let's grab that bishop so we have more good squares to go to. And where should I go now? Should I... White is playing knight e5 next, to which we always will have queen h6. So let's play bishop d6. Yeah, we'll have bishop c7 on knight c4 always. Not a very obvious position to me. Yeah, bishop c7 was my idea, but maybe bishop e7 is better, actually. Should I put the bishop on c7 or e7? If I go bishop c7, there's something about queen b4 that looks a bit unpleasant. Let's go bishop e7 instead. Plus there's queen g5 with tempo then. Yeah, queen g5 is a tempo move now. Trading queens. But actually losing material to knight d6 check. Oh, yeah. That's not good. Queen g5 was bad. But he misses it. Good. Good going. Missing that is important for me. Although that does threaten something else. Something else is being threatened. Okay, king e7. Thankfully, I think defense. Somewhat defense. I mean, it's a pawn sack, but I'll be okay, I guess. This has not been a good game by me. Well, rook b8. I could have won a pawn with knight takes knight and bishop takes b7, but okay, I think now I'm close to equality. Okay, that's a good move, but still knight takes knight. Or should I just play f6? I should just get this guy out of my face. That knight on e5 is a menace. Menace to society. Aha, it didn't take. Good. Good. Now b6, knight b4. Bishop b7, not good. All right. Rook d8 and rook d. Okay, he wants to go rook e1, and I need an answer to that. Wow. Oh boy, what to do? Okay, I think I should go there, although I don't like it. And rook b6. Yeah, let's see. And plus, I have very little time. The idea is rook d6 at some point. Okay, this I actually can attack the knight, which is helpful, maybe. Maybe helpful. White that is. Okay, move my rook to b6. Okay, a4 it is. Okay, no time to waste now. Okay, and I'm going to take on d4. It may be pretty. Finally, maybe pretty. It'll all be decided in a blitz contest. Bullet mode, I predict. I think bishop e2 is the best for white. Now I'm just going to take on d4 on that. That's worse. And let's go a5 for now. Okay, just take that one. Okay. I'm up. Let's just try to see if I can win. Keep that pawn running. I think I'm going to win because my opponent is finally shaken and stirred here. All right, let's check him out. And exchange all those guys. Okay, well, this looks bad for white, right? Because no time. But the game was very, very exciting, right? Very exciting and extremely complicated. And I know I have some problem with the internet today. But that's what happens. Sometimes the internet is not as stable as we like it. But here we go. All right, so what happened to today's game? Let's see. This was very exciting. Knight d7. I thought I needed to stop it this way. And I took and went for my fight against my favorite target the isolated d pawn, and then I went in, maybe a little bit risky, knight e4, and probably here I went the wrong way with the queen. Maybe queen d6 was safer, but I went to h5, and this queen never really found a home. Knight c4, yeah, I was thinking about queen d5 here, but I really wanted to keep that bishop. And somehow the initiative white got, and already here, like knight d6 was just crushing. I can't take, the queen is hanging, right? And what do? King f8, but then just takes and goodbye. Knight c8 is possible, knight f7 is possible, and all these moves. Knight c8 is huge because on knight e5 there's knight b6, and pretty much game over, right? So I was losing by force here on knight with knight takes d6. Even here knight d6 was still very strong. My opponent somehow missed it, and I eventually managed to beat him, but it was not an easy proposition, I have to say. All right, let's see if this can be simpler. Making no sense, that's why I'm playing. All right, let's defend our position first before going public. All right, here we go. Actually, why do I play this so automatically? All right, I'm gonna play a4, a5. All right, just kidding. Let's attack the d pawn. Let's move our knight away so we can move our queen too. Okay, now queen b3. When black moves away, then we go. That's when we go. Tough positions. There's another way of playing, which is a5 and knight b6. And those are also interesting way of playing after knight f8, but now black goes knight d7. All right, now what? Knight g6 is logical, right? This way. f4 is coming. Maybe I should play bishop h2. Bishop f5 and knight e3. King c6. What if I play knight e3 immediately? f4. Knight e3, f4, knight d5, bishop d5, c4, fg, cd, gf, king f2. Bishop h4 check. Not good. Let's move our bishop back once. See how much that will give us in tactical power. Prophylaxis. This is a very important idea in chess. I don't know what f4 is, but okay, now though, let's see if some of those variations make more sense. So I was going to play 93. Let's do it now. No f4. That knight looks strong. Gotta get rid of strong pieces, that's for sure. Just so, huh? Okay, the sacrifice looks very strong, but knight c4, knight d, yeah, knight c4 looks very strong as well. That just hits a target that I don't think can be defended immediately or in any real way. Because on knight d7 I take on e6. In between moves like bishop g5 also don't work because I play f4. In betweening back to them. So what to do? Yeah, just mentioned that. You can play queen c6, but I'll play bishop f1. That's also neither here nor there in terms of help, right? Yeah. Now what? Finally, the truth comes out. Yes, I take the b pawn. That's the truth. And this is bad for the queen side. Knight a5, I think. Okay, take another one. Can't be bad to take all the pawns from my opponent. Plus up a minute, and queen b5 is in the air. Okay, he stopped queen b5, logically, magically. Okay, now if b4, he takes on d4. But I have rook e1, and there's no follow through. There's also have knight c4, which is kind of strong. It hits d6. Does it threaten queen a5 though? I'm not sure. I'm going to just play b4. Let him rip. You can take 3 pawns. d4, c4, and b4, but it's still going to be down a piece. So it looks good in a blitz game to do that, but it's just not going to be enough, I think. Probably will do it anyway. It's not making sense not to do it. Didn't do it. Okay, now king h1 actually defends against all of those guys. All right. Should I just play king h1 then? Yeah. Also helps the bishop get to a good square, g1 square. Ooh, it's going to h4. Not a bad idea. Let's come back. Let's come back before anyone, before it gets serious. Okay, now threat is maybe to take on e6. This doesn't do much. I don't think it does anything. But I don't want to take on h6, on e6 now. Although, why not? I have no idea. Oh, because e6 is hanging, that's why not. All right, so let's attack that knight. Okay, now let's just bring the rook into the center as well. Okay. Defend the c pawn from everybody else. Okay, let's move some of these pawns up. Okay, don't know what that does exactly. All right, let's see. You know what? Let's exchange these guys so I can move all of my pieces nicely. So I'm pre-moving takes, pre-moving bishop b5, and then I'm probably gonna just play something like queen f2. So no longer is there anything going on g2, and I can play c4 and get my act going. Should I take on e6 or just should have no time to even think? Why am I thinking? No time to think. Got it. Let's take this guy. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. Did I just lose on time? Because I guess I'm lagging too much, right? Yeah, I just lost. Oh my god, unbelievable. Yeah, too much lag. Oh my god, something has gotten wrong with my internet. Ay. It's too bad. Well, great game by making no nonsense. From a completely losing position, somehow my time just ran out of me as I was lagging by too many seconds per move. That will happen every so often. Yeah, I can get these to show you, but so we got this position. Let's see, h3, knight f8, queen b3. Now the issue is, of course, the b6 pawn, and black has some problems here. I thought knight g6 was a good idea, but black went for this very active play with f5. I just dropped my bishop back. And rook d8. And so eventually the position got really nice for me as the weakness has stayed, but the but somehow the lag factor, somehow today something going on with the provider. I can't really control them, unfortunately. So it didn't go well with my time because it got started lagging too much. This position is already very good as I started attacking the pawn with knight c4, and now I'm just winning. Okay, well, actually one more game has come on. Unfortunately, maybe I should abort it, but I don't know. Anyway, I think I'm gonna have to play it because it's on. So let's play this game, see how it goes, and I can survive the time lag if I play fast. Very, very fast. I'm going to try to play as fast as I can, like a 1-minute game. Maybe that will save me. But it's looking like I'm lagging even when I'm not moving, which is kind of amazing. Yeah. Oh well. I'm going to play this one with bishop d3. Let's see what happens. Yeah, I spent 16 seconds without actually thinking for a real second here. It's quite amazing. 10 moves in 16 seconds. So I'm spending about well, spending too much. Let's see what happens here. E5 is my threat. E5 is my threat. What does black do? And Love Life came very close to beating me last time we played. I managed to squeeze out, I think, a win. But it was very, very tough. So, not the best matchup for me here. In this really tough position in terms of lagging. Still, e5 is a big threat, and the black takes on g3. I'm going to have the open h file to go at, since I didn't castle yet. Interesting what black is thinking about. Okay, finally takes. Take back. Takes. Okay, this is interesting. Which way should I take? Okay, probably with the queen. It looks pretty strong to me. All right. Simple does it. Trying to exchange everything as much as possible and hoping that that's going to be maybe the way to do it. Okay, just exchange everything against this guy. And more exchanges coming. Let's go. Let's just go. Let's just do it. Exchange, exchange, exchange. Can't lose a rook and pawn ending, right? That, right? Keep it simple. Keep it simple. Should I take or should I castle? Let's castle for now. Queen c7. All right. Let's see. Can win a pawn. All right, let's go. Let's do it. Get a pawn out of him. Love life, at least something from you. Can't get no love life from you. What about knight b7? I think this is going to be a pretty happening situation here. And I think even the lag is not going to save you, my friend. Not in this case. Even my lag is not saving you. Knight b7 is a killer. Whew. Survived this one. Thank God. All right, well, what can I say about this game? I can only say that black, I think, was played at somewhere around here. This has been played by many players. I think Wesley Saw she played maybe Rook e8 against Sadlak. You can see that game at the New in Chess magazine. In the Olympiad, I think Queen c7 is a mistake. After e4, black has some problems to solve. And this was not the real solution because this is just a forced line that gives white a very nice endgame. I mean, maybe black can play Rook d8, and I don't even have to deal with this. I can just start attacking the king side. But this position is worse for black. What can I say? I mean, maybe black can hold, maybe not, but it's definitely worse. And the way black played, he just lost a pawn to knight d7. That's one fork down, and this is fork 2. And unfortunately, that was it. So sorry, everybody, if the lag kind of made the show a little bit tough to watch with all the buffering you probably have to go through. But that's life in the fast lane for you. And Take It to the Max show is always with you every week, trying to show that we can still play